What is rugby sevens, and why is it that the United States is somewhat okay at it? That's what I want to learn about today. I did react to a little bit of rugby sevens back in 2020 when I was doing my rugby reactions regularly. And so I want to refresh so that I can watch the rest of the Olympics. I do know that the United States beat Uruguay 33-17, I think was the final. I did not watch the game, but I do plan to watch the remainder of the Olympics, and I know we're going up against Ireland tomorrow. So I'll probably be streaming that on Twitch. If anyone wants to come join a watch party, I'll be watching along, and you can coach me through it. That'll be in the description underneath this video. Let's get into the video without any more yakking from me.
Bird out, welcome to another episode of This is Sevens. Today we're going to be covering everything you need to know about the game of rugby sevens, and at the end my top 3 tips of how to make it in sevens. If you find anything useful in this video, give it a like and consider subscribing. Rugby sevens is now an Olympic sport played by men and women all around the world. So let's get into the video.
Yep.
Right, that's pretty annoying. Rugby pitch is behind barriers now, so I guess we're onto the football pitch.
Mm-hmm. So this video is called "What is Rugby Sevens Explained by a Pro." So anybody know who this guy is? Who this fella is? And should I know who this fella is?
Rugby in general is said to have originated in rugby school in England in 1823 when William Webb Ellis picked up the ball in a game of football and started to run with it. Now, teams compete for the William Webb Ellis Trophy at the 15th World Cup. Here's a picture of me with a trophy and hair, 2 things I'm probably never going to see again.
That's funny.
Rugby sevens originated in Melrose in Scotland in 1883 when 2 local butchers, Ned Haig and Dave Sanderson, decided to create a tournament to raise money for their local club, Melrose RFC. Melrose Sevens is a very famous yearly tournament and one that I still want to tick off my bucket list. And in similar fashion to the 15s, at the Sevens World Cup, all the teams are competing for the Melrose Cup. So, sevens is a full contact sport played on a full-size rugby pitch, the same as 15-a-side. The aim of sevens is to score more points than the opposition, but we'll get into this in a bit. So each team has 3 forwards and 4 backs on the pitch with 5 substitutes.
All right, 3 forwards, 4 backs, okay? This actually might aid and help in trying to understand the tactics at play in rugby. For those of you who don't know, you can check out, there will be a video at the end of this video, there will be a card that pops up that will link you to my vlog. I actually went to a rugby game. You can see my flag right there for the NOLA Gold. I actually went to my first rugby game here in the States, Major League Rugby, and I enjoyed myself quite a bit. I didn't know a lot of what was going on, but and so I think watching sevens, seeing with 3 forwards and 4 backs, it might be easier for me to kind of analyze the tactics at play and kind of see what's going on other than just seeing kind of a cluster of men running into each other. So let's get into this. Well, my bad.
Substitutions on the bench ready to come on. For tournaments, squads normally consist of 12 to 13 players, and players often play in the backs and the forwards. There's a few ways you can score points for your team. The first is by scoring a try, where someone on your team takes the ball over the goal line and puts it down. You get 5 points for this, and then the ball is taken back in line from where you scored the try, and you get a chance to drop kick the ball over the post. If it goes over, you get an extra 2 points. A drop kick is when the ball is bounced off the floor before being kicked. You can also score 3 points for your team if you...
So this is like regular rugby union, what I witnessed at the game I was at.
Drop kick the ball over the post, either from a penalty or an open play, but this is much less common in sevens. A coin toss is done before the start of the game to see which side of the pitch you're going to play on and which team kicks off. The game kicks off when another team drop kicks the ball on the halfway line over the opposition's 10-meter line.
Oh, it has to make it to the 10?
Whichever team catches the ball, they are now in attack, and they need to take the ball up the...
You guys let me know, is there a penalty at play if the ball doesn't cross that 10-meter line?
Pitch, evading the defenders. The ball can be passed between the attackers, but it must go backwards, and the aim is to take the ball over the try line to score a try and get 5 points for your team. The defending team tries to tackle the attackers to stop them advancing up the pitch, and they're looking to turn the ball over so they can then attack. The ball can be turned over either by the attacking team dropping the ball or the defending team picking the ball up, which is called a jackal, when a tackle's been made. When an attacker...
All right, run that back. I want to hear that again.
Ball or the defending team picking the ball up, which is called a jackal, when a tackle's been made.
Okay.
When an attacker is tackled, a ruck can be formed when another player from the attacking side joins the tackle. An offside line is now created for the defensive team. The ball...
So does it... All right, these are going to be elementary questions. I'm trying to learn what's going on here. Does the ruck, the initiation of a ruck, when the player initiates this here, is that when that's when the offside is created and this player can't, I guess, jackal or take the ball? Is it the case that this player could get the ball if he gets there before the ruck is in place? You guys let me know in the comment section down below. I'm doing my best to process this.
Sideline is now created for the defensive team. The ball can be kicked in open play by the attacking side, and they can either be attacking kicks like grubbers or chip and chases, or defensive kicks where you're looking to clear your line. Penalties are given in sevens for foul play, and this can range from being offside, knocking the ball down, or doing a dangerous tackle.
Why is she just, I guess she's walking to shade from the sun? Why is this lady walking with an umbrella? And why am I pausing the video to notice it?
Depending on the severity of the offence, you may be given a yellow or a red card. Yellow card, you have to go off the pitch for 2 minutes before coming back on, and a red card, you are finished for the whole game, and you might get a ban for the rest of the tournament. Right. Once a team has been given a penalty, they...
Wait, that's actually new. 2 minutes off the pitch for a yellow card. Imagine if that was the case in football. You attack 11 on 10 during those 2 minutes.
Can tap and run with the ball straight away or elect to go for a set piece. If the ball is dropped by the attacking team, this is called a knock-on, and the referee can choose to call a scrum, and this is when the 3 forwards from each team bind up and push against each other to try and win the ball. If the ball goes over the sidelines, either by a player taking it over or it being kicked out into touch, then a line-out can be called. Whichever team calls the ball to go over the touchline, the other team gets the ball, they are now the attacking team. The 3 forwards line up and the attacking team throws the ball in, the forwards jump up and try and win the ball so their team can continue to attack. Sevens games are almost always played within a tournament format with multiple teams competing and games going over a day or 2. The World Series is a yearly league that the top international sevens teams play in and normally consists of 10 tournaments. World Series tournaments are traditionally played over 2 days, with group games happening on the first day and knockout games happening on the second day. Sevens tournaments are great fun for everyone. Most stadiums have family stands as well as the party stands, so there's something for everyone. Fancy dress is a massive part of sevens culture, with lots of creative outfits always on show. Alongside the World Series, sevens has a World Cup every 4 years. It's also been a part of the last 2 Olympics and is now featured in most multi-sport games, such as the Commonwealth, Pan Am and Asian Games. Sevens is played all around the world by men and women, and most people start playing in school tournaments like Roslyn Park or invitational tournaments like Bournemouth Sevens or Amsterdam Sevens. These tournaments cater to all levels, so whether you're just trying to have a bit of fun with your friends or if you're looking to push on to the next level and try and get scouted by an international team, these tournaments are worth attending. The nature of sevens compared to 15s makes it far more accessible if you're not from a traditional rugby playing country. It's easier to pick up the rules and tactics and far easier to start a team with your friends and go to some tournaments. Sevens really tests your mental and physical toughness. It's played at far higher speed than 15s and your skills are put under so much more pressure with the fewer players on the pitch.
You need any help?
No, I'm all good, thank you very much. What a lovely man. The World Sevens Series is an amazing testing environment for future 15 stars. There's so many examples of men's and women's 15...
Oh, I've reacted to Cheslin Kobe, a South African star, if I'm remembering correctly. I got a video somewhere on the, South Africa. Yeah, I got a video somewhere on the channel reacting to his highlights. What an amazing player this guy. Such a speedster, too.
Many examples of men's and women's 15s players who have played quite a few seasons of sevens before becoming household names. Number 1, nail down your basic skills, as these will be tested in a game of sevens. As examples, you'll have to run at full speed and be able to pass 10 metres off each hand. Equally in defence, you'll have to mark very quick, agile players in more space than...
I feel like the passing, even though it's backward, I feel like as an American, it would be much easier for me to pick up playing rugby sevens as opposed to how hard it's been for me to learn to play football or soccer, because it's like a completely foreign idea to be doing everything at my foot and to learning how to control the ball and just getting the fitness in getting back into fitness and all that. That's been really, really tough. I do think rugby sevens would probably be easier for, not saying it would be easy, but probably be easier for me to adjust to, because I played a sport very similar. I'm used to sports where I can use my hands, and I already know how to throw a ball. I know this ball, I'm going to probably upset all my rugby viewers. This ball is different than a rugby ball. That's certain. It's a different ball, but I'm used to throwing this thing. I can throw it pretty well. And pretty accurately. So I think that, throwing the ball 10 yards, 10 meters, I think I could adapt to the game pretty easy. I know how to tackle, even if it's an American football tackle. I know how to wrap up. I know how to use my body and to gain physical advantage. So I do think it would be a more natural sport for me to learn. I'm not sure. Having played American football for so long and growing up, I'm not sure I want to subject my body to the punishment that it would take to play the game. One thing I do love about football or soccer is while it's demanding physically, it's not as brutal physically. And I'm not really trying to break any bones as I get older and getting close to 30. I'm not trying to break any bones and rack up a huge hospital bill here in the United States.
You would do in 15s. So make sure you've nailed all the basics. Number 2, make sure that you're physically ready. So equally work on your speed as well as your endurance, working on your strength and power in the gym, but also on your prehab and rehab to make sure your body can deal with the demands of a 1 or 2 day tournament. And finally, try and play as much as possible. One, this will be great fun, you'll have some amazing life experiences, but it will also open more opportunities for you for bigger and better teams and tournaments, and who knows where that might end up. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in a comment below.
Yeah, I do think I have an interesting skill set of strength, and when I was playing American football, sorry to keep bringing it back to that, guys, but it's the sport that I know and the sport that I grew up with. That one of my key strengths was my strength, my upper body strength specifically, and honestly, even my leg strength as well, to be able to drive a player back off of the line of scrimmage. I do think I could be used to get physical advantage. Anyway. Well, this was fun. This was a fun video explaining rugby sevens. I'll be watching along with the Olympics, trying to keep up with the rugby team here for the United States, but also just because I'm interested in the game. I'm going to kind of keep tabs on what's going on with rugby sevens. And this was a good course to teach me what I need to know. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I got plenty of others like it. So subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.